All right. Well, to everybody paying attention, you're rocking with the Fantasy Gods. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and you're probably going to hear this on some type of audio format. This is our very first GawdsCast. You're with Justin Henry, Daniel Norgard,
Let's go.
Dan, my man. How you feeling, man? Week
Oh
7
man,
was
week seven.
telling about a lot of
It,
things.
it is. It is. I mean, it's cool, man. We're almost halfway there. I mean, it's just incredible. The season's incredible so far. We got rookies exploding like Jamar Chase. He's going
Jamar,
hammer.
man.
Man, he's great, dude. So a lot of things we got right, a few things we got wrong. Man, we'll get into
Yeah.
those things. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're going
man,
to talk a
it's
lot
great.
about what we did right, what we did wrong. And for everybody who hasn't been paying attention, we're going to be running a weekly podcast here every week now. Be about 30 minutes. So we'll answer some questions at the end, but we're going to talk a little bit about the week that was, talk about some highs, some lows from the week that in the past, and then also talk about the upcoming matchups. We're also going to talk about pickups you should be looking for and players to pay attention to, too. So, let's get into some of the standouts from last week. Obviously, we posted about it on TikTok. You guys have seen the post. We talked about it on your post as well. There was another player that you haven't even talked about yet that's been going crazy, and that's two guys we've been vouching for very heavily since this summer, and that's Mike Evans and Jonathan Taylor. Man, both had standout weeks. Man, give me your thoughts on Mike Evans because he was such a big controversial topic. Obviously, that was a lot of what we were beefing, quote unquote, with during the summer as we were kind of making our name. Talking about Mike Evans and his inconsistency, his touchdown dependency. We saw 3 touchdowns from Mike Evans in the first half of the game. 5 catches, 75 yards, I think it was in the first half. What's your thoughts on Mike Evans overall, first of all, Dan? And then second, what's your thoughts on his inconsistency kind of tarnishing his name at this point?
Yeah, so Mike Evans to me, man, um, he is. I mean, I get why people don't like him. I get why
Right.
people or they fade him. Like I get the notion that the touchdown dependent.
Touchdown
Because
dependent, man.
it's just crazy to me. The thing is about Mike Evans is he's built for touchdowns. That's what he was drafted for. He made Johnny Manziel look like, I mean, a lord. He is the guy, the prototypical guy that when you get down in the red zone, you want to target this man because he's 6'5". He's got
Right.
huge hands, can snatch the ball out, and he's already got 12 red zone targets right now. I
You
mean,
said 12 red zone targets?
12. He's got 12.
Wow.
He's got about 59 targets on the year, 796 air yards. So I mean, I don't understand the dude's been consistent. The touchdowns get him into what you want to see for elite wide receiver one numbers or close to wide receiver one numbers. So I mean, how many touchdowns does he have now? I mean, it's
Man,
like
it's a
more
lot.
than
I got to
most,
pull
dude.
up the numbers. I don't even know how many
Yeah,
touchdowns Mike Evans has on the
I got to
season.
look
It's
at it
just
right now.
yeah, it's a lot. And to me, I see the comments come in all the time, and it's a lot about touchdown dependency. But like you mentioned, that's his role in this offense. The role of his offense, you also see it about DeAndre Hopkins a lot. And it's like if you want players that are scoring touchdowns. Touchdowns are so valuable. That's
Yeah,
that's 6 points in a game, and if you're getting three, that's 18 points for a first half. That's a lot of people's game. So when you have that
right.
potential with touchdowns, and Brady's looking for him in the red zone, whether or not Gronk and AB are there, because that was a big thing that we saw a feedback from the community is that hey, we expected it with AB and Gronk out. I'd expect that with him anyway, even with those guys in there. So
Right.
to me, I'm looking at Mike Evans, and I look at him. Obviously, he's a low end wide receiver one, high end wide receiver two. So for me, it was great to see. Great to see JT go off, man. Talk a little about your boy. For those who
Yeah.
are on TikTok right now, by the way, we are on YouTube and we're on Twitch. We're going to be answering some questions here in a minute, but there's a couple things we want to talk about. Devontae Adams, Tom Brady. We're going to get to your guys' questions in just a minute. If you ask them, we'll get to them about maybe 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, man. I mean, he's my boy. Loved him from when he came out last year. Flat out dominated the second half of the season in 2020, and it's showing. the talent again in 2021. Obviously I have a big, I like him more than I like the others, specifically
Right.
Austin Eckler. But it's not really about Austin Eckler. It's just more about what I feel with Jonathan Taylor. I think he is just an elite running back. He's an elite runner of the football. He's got incredible vision. He has
Yes.
the size, he has the explosiveness, and he can catch the ball. He's shown that he's around 3 catches a game, and it's really kind of what you want to see out of at least a back that can purely run. AKA Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Derrick
man.
Henry was not known for catching a ball, and he's already set career highs in receptions, and he is just being a monster. And that's all you want to see out of guys that can run the football and be a monster with the running a game. Just give him a
Right.
couple catches a game is really that floor just keeps increasing. And Jonathan Taylor, the RB2 over the last
RB2?
four weeks, RB2. So
Man,
some
well,
people were saying this guy wasn't even going to be a RB1,
you
and,
know,
and and I mean he is flat out dominating right now.
the one thing I love seeing about JT is that with Taylor, it wasn't even a matter of like, because we're seeing the explosion right now. We're seeing the actual red zone work, the execution of it. We were seeing these looks early, like week 1, week 2, when
Yeah,
people were starting to fade, or more like week 2, week 3. We were seeing the red zone looks, the end zone looks that you want to see out of players, superstar players like that. He just wasn't getting in the end zone. So it's
right.
different than like Mike Davis getting the end zone work. He just doesn't have the talent. Where Jonathan Taylor is a supreme talent. Obviously, the comparisons early on were to Saquon, like the next kind of Saquon when he was coming out, and he's a different
Yeah,
type of player.
right.
But we're seeing that top 5 running back that you were talking about, you were preaching about it all summer. I had my questions
Yeah,
about Jonathan Taylor. I knew the talent was there, the offensive line was there, but obviously new quarterback. There were some injuries to the line early on, but now we're seeing a lot of what you were mentioning and what you were really excited about, not just this season, but in previous seasons as well.
yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I'm happy for him. Obviously, he's going to get his money. He's going to get paid. It's not going to be this year, not going to be next year, but that dude is going to command some dollars, and
Right.
you love to see it. So yeah, great prospect, and it turned out to be a great pro.
Man, speaking of dollars, I thought something was kind of cool over the weekend. Tom Brady, 600 TDs, man. And
Oh,
you
unreal.
saw the guy, bro. The fuck was he thinking giving the ball back?
Why are you giving the ball back? I don't
Like, why the hell
know.
you giving the
You
ball back, bro? Like, what the
take
fuck?
that ball, go home, give him your number, go home, and be like, "Look, I'll see you tomorrow, and we're gonna we're gonna
Yo, Brady,
negotiate, man."
hey, Brady was on last night. He was like, why the hell would he lose all his leverage, bro? Like, the
Oh
fuck was
yeah,
he
he knew.
thinking?
Even Brady knew. Even
Even
Brady
Brady knew.
knew. Like, come on, man. Well, okay. What would you have asked for?
For me, so
Yeah,
thinking about like in totality, I mean,
yeah,
on the spot, to be real, it's probably a lot of pressure. You like, I got this
right,
ball. I'm a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. I got to just get the ball back. Like the sports fan in me isn't really just trying to hoard it or probably even processing the fact that it's going to be 500K, right?
right,
But then if I had enough time with that ball, I'd be like, I need some shit, bro. I need season tickets for life. Like
right,
straight up, that's no
right.
cost for the Bucks. They can hand out some season tickets for life, whether it's,
True.
field seats for a year, upper deck for the rest of my life. I don't care. I need to be at all the rest of the games for my life. That's my ball.
Okay.
Second, Tom Brady gotta pay up, man, with some signatures. I need a jersey, a helmet, a backpack, some socks, some TB12
Cleats. I need
shoes.
something.
Hey, I need
Gloves.
a
Yeah.
meal prep from his chef, his personal chef. Tom Brady got to pay the fuck up, bro. I don't know what you're
Right.
thinking, man. What would you have asked for? I just know it would have been like, hey, I
Oh
need this
man.
all inclusive Tom Brady package, bro. I want to meet him, take a picture. He
Right.
signed that motherfucker too, like all of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a ton of stuff. Definitely. I mean, season tickets for sure. If I'm a Bucks fan, I mean the rest of the season for sure. Probably next season because Brady's gonna be playing next season, and he's not quitting. He's probably nowhere close to quitting because
Right.
he's just Tom Brady. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely asking for those. I need jerseys. I need
Jerseys,
Tom
bro.
Brady. I need every color Bucks jersey signed by Tom Brady.
He
Like
said
the
every
throwback
color way
jerseys,
possible.
every color. I need it all, man. I don't put the collection up. Like I'm gonna put it on the wall and just
Yep.
boom, boom, boom. I don't know. I guess definitely. I mean, It's tough. Like, what do you ask for? I mean, like
Yeah,
you just, you don't want to be too greedy because then be like, oh, well, screw it. He'll just
yeah.
throw another touchdown and stuff.
You a
So
fan
it's
at
kind
the
of
end of
like
the
in that,
day.
you a fan at the end of the day. I mean, so I think what he got personally is good. I think what he got was good enough
He
for
made
me.
out. He made
Yeah,
out.
he did.
All right. Well, before we get into like some week 8 stuff and to like starting to talk about start and sits, let's go through some of these questions. We got some on Twitter, we got some on
Go ahead.
YouTube,
Send the
on
questions.
Twitch. So let's try to answer some of these questions, man. I know everybody's probably like, why the hell you guys aren't answering these? But let's get on them. So I'm gonna roll back. Let's see. We got a Jamar Chase for Dalvin Cook trade. Let me know. What do you think about Jamar Chase for
Wow.
Dalvin Cook, man? What's your
That's
thoughts?
crazy. Well, if it's in Dynasty, I'm definitely going to pull the trigger on Jamar
Dynasty,
Chase,
yeah, I
man.
like that in Dynasty.
If it's Dynasty, yeah. This year, I mean, I guess it just depends on the makeup of your team. I don't think Dalvin Cook's going to go for Jamar Chase, but I mean, if you can get Dalvin Cook for a Jamar, I think you almost have to do it based on the scarcity of the running back position. Dalvin Cook is a lord when he
Yeah.
plays. He's going to produce Jamar Chase, if not plus numbers. I think you got to. I think you got to take Dalvin Cook there.
Yeah, I'm with you there, dog. I think Dalvin Cook is definitely a you get Dalvin Cook if you can. Like
Yeah.
for a wide receiver, even though Jamar Chase is looking like probably back end wide receiver 1, probably high end wide receiver 2, somewhere in that range.
Right.
I think you still make that move for Dalvin Cook. Let's see. Another one. Kenny Gainwell is going to be a hot topic. Gainwell or Hubbard, Gainwell or Herbert.
Right.
I'm seeing a bunch of Kenny Gainwell stuff. So yeah, that's in F Harkin. Appreciate the fire, my man. But yeah, I've seen a lot of Kenny Gainwell stuff, man. What do you think about Kenny Gainwell picking him up? I like him as like a RB2 for this week.
Yeah.
I'm just not excited at all about this Eagles offense in the run game there. Obviously, we saw Miles Sanders kind of struggle in that role, but to the credit we saw last week, Kenny Gainwell was involved in the passing game. We saw
Right.
towards the end of the game when Jalen Hurts is in fourth quarter mode, he likes going to Kenny Gainwell. Obviously, Boston Scott's involved, but they like going to Kenny Gainwell situationally. So, I mean, are you like going heavily for Kenny Gainwell? Is that somebody you're targeting as like, bro, I got to get him for the rest of the season? Because I did mention this. I liked him for rest of the season. I just wasn't
Mhm.
sure because Miles Sanders has been so involved, early on.
Yeah, no, I mean, there are some people that really like Kenny Gainwell coming out. He was a rookie that I looked at and I was like, he could be good. I was definitely nervous about Miles Sanders. It's tough for Miles, man. He's had a horrible year. Not gonna make any money. He
Yeah.
just is not. He's not, and then getting hurt. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Miles to maybe kind of come back and get this going. Kenny Gainwell already has 31 targets on the
That's a lot
year,
of targets,
so
man.
you like to see that from a running back. But
Yeah,
he's
31
kind of
targets is good. Is for somebody who was a backup for most of the season. Like
yeah,
that's a lot of. It's a good
yeah.
target share.
The good thing about Kenny Gainwell is that he, for his size, has good athleticism. He's not an elite athlete when it comes to prospects, but at the college level, he did dominate at his school in Memphis, and he did have a high college target share, which means he's very good at catching the ball. Anybody that's over, pretty much anybody over the target share of 10%, he had
Yeah.
13.8. He that's an elite pass catcher at the college level. So kind of what you want to see out of a running back. So yes, I would say I agree with you. He is going to be a RB2 floor with RB1 kind of upside.
All right, dope. Well, I like I mean, hey, I think that he has the upside you're looking for, and especially in the pinch with bye weeks being so heavy, we went past that apocalypse
Man,
last week, whatever
right,
that was, man, and
right.
there's a lot of injuries, so that's a guy you want to have on your team. Last question before we dive a little bit deeper into Week 8, we got Ryan on YouTube asking thoughts on trading DJ Moore for Kyle Pitts because he has Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase as other receivers. And so when I always look at that, that's tough because position scarcity is a huge factor in that. And Kyle Pitts looks like he's going to
Man,
be a league winner, bro.
yeah,
What we thought Calvin Ridley would be, I think that we messed up, bro. That might actually be
yeah,
Kyle Pitts,
yeah.
straight up.
I don't think you're lying. The game before the Jets game, that was the game to buy him.
Yep.
I just made a trade in in our league to acquire Kyle Pitts. Kind of gave up a lot for him, but
You talking about the London game, right? Before the
yeah,
London game?
before the London
Yeah.
game, because he went off then, and then he went off again this next week. He's proven that he is just a different animal. We saw his one-handed catches. We've seen
Bro,
his
you ain't lying.
explosiveness. I mean, he's big, strong, fast, explosive.
The one where dude's draped all over him and he just left hand
just
one snapped it,
boom,
dog.
just snatched it. I mean,
Like
he's
how the hell?
he's
I mean,
incredible.
6'6", bro. Like he's amazing, dog. Like he's a receiver, and they got him labeled as a tight end, but he's a receiver. So
which
Falcons
is perfect
drafted
for
him
fantasy.
100%. That's what we want. I'd rather have him running routes all day, no blocking. Give me no blocking, 100% routes run. Good,
right,
good.
exactly.
Send it, right? But as a tight end, like, where are we valuing him now? Because I mean, his upside is uncapped.
Yeah, you got to value him high. I mean, where Darren Waller was going was like third.
I'd rather have Kyle Pitts than Darren Waller right now.
I mean, I can't help. I can't blame you, especially in Dynasty. I mean, he's an auto tight end 1 in Dynasty for me. And with Kelsey getting a little bit older and Waller's still good and Kelsey's still good, but I mean, Kyle Pitts, man, especially with the age, I mean, should be flat out dominant for years.
And if you don't have a tight end, so obviously the trade was for DJ Moore. I want to pull it up on the screen. The trade was DJ Moore for Kyle Pitts. And yeah, I think that's a move. I make that move if I'm you, and I need the upside, and I feel good with Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, especially if you have, I don't know who your third receiver is, but if you have a strong third receiver, I feel really good about getting Kyle Pitts for DJ Moore. And a couple weeks ago, I'd have been like, oh, that's way too much.
Right.
Seeing what we're seeing out of this Atlanta offense, unless something crazy happens with Calvin Ridley, which obviously they try to get him in the fold, it just looks like Kyle Pitts is a different beast. I don't mind this trade, especially with the tight end position scarcity right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. So let's move on to week 8, man. We're seeing the return of one wide receiver and the absence clearly of another. We're going to be missing Devontae Adams this week.
That's crazy.
Big COVID just here on a short week Thursday night game. It's going to put some owners in a panic. Obviously, Allen Lazard is a good pickup there. MVS is coming off of IR too, so I don't know if that'll be a factor. Randall Cobb's in the passing game. Robert Tonyan stock, anytime TD score might be good for Tonyan too. What are your thoughts on replacing Devontae Adams if you don't have one of those Green Bay receivers? What are you looking at, man? Like, Are you in a state of panic? Are you looking at, all right, what's your overall thoughts just on Devontae Adams being gone from this game, man?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, he can he can get over this positive test. I mean, before game time, I think he's got one more shot at it. You'd like to see that happen. He is a vaccinated player, so that factors into his ability to get over this negative test. Not to say that he has COVID. It's just that he got a negative test, and sometimes those negative tests can be faulty. So we hope that he's okay, number one. Hopefully that he's taking care of himself, number two. But, we never like to see superstars like this go out. And so number one, we're just going to pray because you can't replace Devontae Adams. Let's keep it real. This dude is just the man.
They're talking on TikTok. TikTok, sometimes they try to throw us for a loop. Allen Lazard got COVID too? Is he out? I didn't hear that one today.
I didn't see it, so I got to look at it. But
hey, let us know. Let us know if that's cap or facts. Allen Lazard, is he in or is he out? Let us know on TikTok, man.
I would say, to be honest, it's going to be an Aaron Jones type of game. They're going to pound the rock. I would say that they have to. They're playing. Who are they playing? Who's
when you think about Aaron Jones, like he's more than, he kind of has like the Kamara feel. Like there's games where if Aaron Rodgers goes down, he's checking down to Aaron Jones because he knows that's a safe play. That's a safe pick.
Right.
And it's just a trusted target for him. And so Aaron Jones, to me, his workload's going to increase. It has to, especially being down his best receiver, his favorite target. But the Packers tend to win games, man. So they're also going to be in a positive game script. Should be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, they play Arizona, and that's a tough matchup. Short week at Arizona.
Yeah,
man. Well, let's see what happens.
I don't know.
It's a big test for Kyler Murray in this game. I think that even though if Devontae is missing, that's a huge blow to the Packers. But big test for Kyler Murray. Can he do it kind of in a primetime situation against a primetime
Yeah.
quarterback in Rodgers and a good team? If they can win this one, they're gonna roll the rest of the season, because this is a huge confident booster for the Arizona Cardinals.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's see. Let's get into some rapid fire here. We got some questions from TikTok, some questions from Twitch, and questions from YouTube. Before that, make sure you guys subscribe. That helps us out. Obviously, we're trying to grow this. The GawdsCast, first episode with me and Dan. The
Go.
GawdsCast is what we're calling this. We're going to do this on a weekly basis, in addition to the start and sits that we've been doing for you guys. So rapid fire on a few of these. Should I trade DJ Moore for Calvin Ridley? DJ Moore for Calvin Ridley. I'm going to say no, actually. I probably would just keep DJ Moore, even though I'm not really feeling DJ Moore. But Calvin Ridley, to me, I don't know. I think maybe we all overestimated Julio Jones leaving, his impact, and then also underestimated how good Kyle Pitts is.
Yeah, I'm with you. DJ Moore, I can't sit here and say that the last couple of weeks he's not been good. But he's still doing his thing. And so with that being said, I'm going to go with DJ Moore still. I do like Kyle Pitts to take over as wide receiver one on the Atlanta Falcons, the target hog. And I'm going to fade Calvin Ridley there.
There it is. All right, Rick Chowder, my man from YouTube, says, should I trade Melvin Gordon for Miles Sanders? Melvin Gordon for Miles Sanders. You got two timeshare backs. It probably looks like they're both going to be in timeshare. One of them potentially has a very severe ankle injury in Miles Sanders. So I would stay away from that deal right now. Unfortunately, I think last week I would have told you to buy Miles Sanders for the low. But with him getting hurt, and them probably leaning on Kenny Gainwell for this game, I think we're going to see a passing of the torch here. What are your thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, that's an interesting trade, because for me, I probably am going to disagree with you just a bit, because I think Javonte Williams is going to take over rather sooner than later. I keep saying this, but I mean, he seems, and he looks like the better back. He looks more explosive. Now, Melvin Gordon is great. He's been great his whole career, and I'm not trying to hate on Melvin Gordon, but Javonte Williams just looks like that dude. Like, he is just ready to ascend to running back one. He's ready to take 20 touches a game. Like, he's
It's
ready.
coming.
It's coming.
It's
like,
coming
you can
for
see
sure.
it. Like, and so for me, Melvin Gordon should be taking the back seat. So I would probably go with, now it just depends on what your depth is. Are you okay with, because Miles Sanders is going to be out with ankle and this, that, and the other. I like the upside of Miles Sanders more than I like Melvin Gordon, even though Melvin Gordon's got the floor right now. But I just think that eventually Javonte's going to take over and Melvin's going to be irrelevant around the end of the season. And at the end of the season, I think Miles Sanders can be more relevant than Melvin Gordon, even though Miles is having a bad year. I kind of believe in that. So I'm going to disagree with Justin. I think go get Miles Sanders for Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a lot of Miles Sanders, Kenny Gainwell stuff here. Obviously, let's try to go quick hitter. Emmanuel Sanders from our guy Connor. Emmanuel Sanders or Miles Sanders? The Sanders question.
Again, I'm gonna fade Emmanuel Sanders based on position scarcity. Again, it's hard to find a running back. And if you could just stash Miles Sanders on the bench, I think that's just a little bit worth it to me and your fantasy teams with a running back.
Yo, real talk. I think I'm just pissed off at Miles Sanders for putting up 3 points and getting hurt this week, man. I'm a fade Miles. Fuck Miles Sanders, man. Let's go Emmanuel Sanders, bro. What do I do with Higgins? Got Judy coming off of IR this week and don't want to just drop him. We're not dropping. Let's try to keep it that on these because we got a few questions.
Yeah,
we don't want to drop T. Higgins. That's not the kind of player you want to drop. You want to hold on to him. Find somebody else that you're a little less invested in. Jerry Judy is going to come back and he's going to play well. So you're definitely making the right move. But try to find somebody else to drop. T. Higgins to me is not a player you'd want to drop. Dan's got the next one. It says, should I trade DJ Moore for Ridley? Mike Williams. We kind of touched on this a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah.
That was the one we just had.
Right. It's still the one we had, and I'm just going to hit it there. DJ Moore.
For sure. Jackson from Twitch said, what's up, dog? What's happening? Make sure y'all follow, subscribe. Yes, sir. All right, bro. So basically my situation is this. And he continues on. He says, A-Rod, I traded Derek Carr, Christian Kirk, Zach Kirk, For and Derek Carr for Christian Kirk and Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Oh, you got A-Rod at QB? All right, you needed the depth, man. That's a little too deep. But yeah, I think you're good. Derek Carr for Kirk and Ertz. What do you think, Dan?
I mean, I feel like you could have got a little bit more. Derek Carr is kind of having a phenomenal year. You got to capitalize on good years from players, even if you don't believe in the player. I think you probably could have got a little bit more. I'm not a, that you got Christian Kirk and Zach Ertz. They're both on the same team.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
to
true.
me, it's not a deal I would have done.
I
But
think in Superflex you lost. In Standard League, I ain't mad at that deal.
sure.
You probably could have got more though. Chosen Kid from Twitch said came from TikTok. Yes, sir. That's
Yes,
what we love
sir.
to.
Good
You love
looking.
to see it.
You
You
love to
love
see
to
that.
see
Let's
it.
go.
Come from TikTok. Hey, yo, somebody said we're the most accurate page, and no hate to anybody else, but I think we do a pretty damn good job, man, of
Yeah.
coming through with facts, with funny and shit. You know, if we wrong on some things, we're gonna be wrong, bro. It's fantasy football, man.
But we hold ourselves accountable. We don't duck and dodge. Like,
Hey, we're not gonna duck
I'm
if we're
wrong.
wrong, man.
Right.
Some people like to
Right.
cower up. I ain't gonna call no names or anything, but some people like to cower up a little bit when they wrong.
Buddy.
Can't take accountability.
Right.
Last question from YouTube. Should I sell high on Damian Harris and add Tanyan and A-Rob to get Swift? Ooh, I like that deal. I like selling Damian Harris, even with the injury. I can't even think who it was that got fucking hurt just recently. Why am I blanking right now?
Where?
A backup running back for the Pats. Not Stevenson. I'm blanking right now, bro. In a major. James White? No, it was before. It was after. Anyway, Damian Harris. Stevenson did get hurt.
Traded. Yeah.
Sonny Michelle got no. Stevenson got hurt. I'm A-Rob to get Swift. I love doing deals like this. So if you're a team that's in the middle of the pack, right? This has been a carbon copy J-Hen strategy for years. Justin's strategy for years. Always pair up underperforming talent or overperforming free agents with another player who is inconsistent week to week, like a Damian Harris, and go get the stud. Yes, I love A-Rob, who you're probably looking at putting on your bench or fading. Trade the name. Trade Tanyan at a very volatile position, tight end. Pair them both up, overpay to get DeAndre Swift because he has a chance to put up 25 points in a week. Damian Harris is really limited, coming off a really good game. And yes, this is probably the point where you want to sell him. This is an awesome move. And it looks on paper, you're like, man, that's giving up too much, man. But no, this is the kind of trade you want to do to win your league. Love the trade, my man. Last one from Twitch. We got Chosen Kid. Should I start A-Rod or Herbert? A-Rod playing the Cardinals. Herbert's playing the Pats. What do you think, Dan?
Oh, wow. Both interesting defenses. A-Rod without Devontae Adams on a short week in the desert, playing the best team in the league versus, it's just that's a recipe for disaster for me. So, but the Patriots are very good on defense, especially with Belichick.
Sneaky
Takes out
defense.
the best player. He's sneaky, but I got to go with the guy that really can hit you with the run, and really has all the weapons still. So I'm going to go with Herbert there. I think that Herbert's going to put up more points.
Yeah. No, you know what? I probably will go with A-Rod on this one just because I like going with the high volume. I think it's going to be a high scoring game against the Cardinals, even without Devontae Adams. I can see A-Rod spreading it out a little bit more and the Cardinals probably dialing in on the run. Obviously, I don't know if Chandler Jones is back, but J.J. Watt's been wrecking shit all year. Marcus Golden played really well. So they've been playing well inside the box. And Buda Baker's going to be flying all across the field. But I still think that A-Rod is going to be picking his spots here. Herbert, to me, against the Pats, I think the Pats are going to slow the game down because they don't want to go toe-for-toe with the Chargers right now with the way things are. They're coming off a high-scoring week against the Jets where they ran a lot of plays. I think we're going to see the Pats slow the game down. I think we'll see Herbert not have as many opportunities. I also think that they're going to focus on the short run game. I could see a big game from Austin Eckler this week. Last question from TikTok. Let's see. We had a lot of questions from TikTok. How are you feeling right now? You want to answer a few?
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot them. I'll just rapid fire. Let's go.
Rapid fire. All right. Yeah. So if you're in TikTok right now, you're lucky we're about to answer your questions. Trade Aaron Jones, receive Dalvin Cook. Who you got, Dan?
Give me Aaron Jones, man. I want the consistency, and just give me Aaron Jones the rest of the way.
Dan says Aaron Jones. I probably, to be honest, this is a preference deal. You got to look at their schedules. I'm not a big fan of Dalvin Cook's schedule down the stretch. I would take Aaron Jones, but I think Dalvin Cook's a better player. Should I trade Ezekiel Elliott for Justin Jefferson? I already have good running backs. What do you think?
Zeke. I mean, yes, I think you should. I think if you need a wide receiver, Justin Jefferson is still going to be an elite asset for you. Zeke, I mean, he's starting off strong. It's great. It's a good time to. I mean, you could fade him the rest of the way. They may slow it down because the playoffs are coming. They may have to hoard him to get Pollard more involved. Obviously, they got CD Cooper and Gallup should be coming back. So,
yep.
I don't hate it if you have good running backs and you need that elite asset wide receiver. Go get them.
I like it. Real quick, so these will be super rapid fire. Manuel Sanders or Randall Cobb starting this week? Who you starting? Sanders. I'm gonna go with Cobb. I'm taking a chance. Who you starting? T. Higgins or Chase Edmonds? Standard.
Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds. Ooh, standard.
Standard. I'm still gonna go Edmonds.
Standard Edmonds. Standard. Yeah, he's gotta have a TD some week. I'll probably go Chase Edmonds too for the guaranteed. Chase Edmonds or Chuba Hubbard?
Chuba still
Chuba Hubbard. Chuba. I think the volume's still there until C-Mac gets back. Gronk or Tanyan? I think Gronk's still out, right?
Yeah, if Gronk's out, go Tanyan. Well, definitely Tanyan either way. I think
Tanyan either way. Would you trade Gibson for Patterson? Would you trade Gibson for Cordero Patterson?
No.
You say no, I say yes. I would get Cordero Patterson. I think he's taking over for good. Is Tanyan to pick up with Waller out? Both me and Dan are going to say yes on that.
Yes.
100%. Give up Jefferson or Diggs for Chase Edmonds and Deontay Johnson?
No, I wouldn't. I'm not doing
No, you wouldn't? Why not? Oh, we're rapid fire.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it because they're elite. Deontay, I don't believe in Ben holding up the rest of the way. And, I like elite talent wide receiver. And they're just another level.
100%. I think you're right. You said they're elite talent. You don't give up elite talent. I agree with them. And I think you look for a running back because it looks like you're trying to get another running back, obviously, in your lineup and trying not to drop off too much at receiver. I think you go pick up another running back or you try to pair up some of your lower players to get a safe floor running back. Like I would pair up 2 bench players or 2 weekly flex players you have to try to go get Chase Edmonds. The owner will probably give him up. How do you feel, unless they've been watching us, how do you feel about Kamara? Out of 10.
Stud.
Yeah, stud. Top 5 running back.
Easy.
Which wide receiver would you consider trading Mike Gesicki for? Like, what's the type of receiver you're looking at?
I think you got to go with a wide receiver, like low-end wide receiver 2, low to mid-range wide receiver 2. I think just because of the tight end scarcity, the value of that is going to be a little bit higher. So, maybe a DJ Moore in that range. I mean, you kind of got to get this guy. Like I said on TikTok, he was a sleeper of mine, guy you need to be targeting. I think Gesicki can be a quote-unquote league winner because of where he was drafted and the scarcity of the position.
I ain't mad at that. Yeah, the tight ends this year, man, it's just like last year. And I've left this question up, forgot to answer it. Jay, my bad, dog. On YouTube. We're on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, we're on YouTube and Twitch answering questions too. Traded Chubb and Mark Andrews for DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, Hawkinson, and Gallup. So really his trade is Swift. You have to win?
Win.
Why is that a win?
For me? Well, I think Chubb and Swift are kind of on a similar kind of floors. I think Chubb with his rushing and Swift with his pass catching. Mm-hmm. Swift has obviously shown that he's kind of matchup proof and he's been dominating early on. And I didn't think he was because I thought Detroit would be horrible. They are horrible record wise, but Swift is he's just dominating. So I think that Khalil Herbert is a better prospect than I gave him credit for early on. Yeah. And so ride him until Montgomery comes back. That's a little bit there. And if Montgomery gets hurt again, you got an RB2 with RB1 upside. Hawkinson, I think, bounces back. I think there's something with Hawkinson's going on. He's getting triple teamed, man. They'll figure it out. I mean, they got the rest of the season to go. And then Gallup is a super sleeper of mine. I had Gallup in almost every league.
Yeah, Gallup's coming back.
He's going to come back, and I think that getting that extra depth for apocalypses, I mean, go get that guy. That would be for me. Go ahead.
I'm on the opposite side. I would have rather kept Chubb and Mark Andrews because I think getting the Lions package, the DeAndre Swift and Hawkinson together, Khalil Herbert to me, his value is going to drop back once David Montgomery gets back here. And Gallup to me is in an offense where they're going to probably go run heavy towards the second half of the year. I think you got a lot of pieces. It sounds good on paper, but to me, I would have rather kept my studs. You know the Browns are going to go to the run game when it gets close to playoff time, the playoff weeks when you need them. And Mark Andrews, obviously, he's a big core for that Ravens offense. I think it's a slight L. I think on paper you won as far as like more talent, but I think as far as starting positions in fantasy, you probably took an L because you're also going to have to rely on the Detroit Lions in your playoff weeks playing well. So that to me is an L, but I get what Dan's saying too. Somebody's asking we grab Judy. Yes, make sure you grab Jerry Judy if he's available. He's going to be a good player. Trade Pittman for OBJ, Chris Carson, and Chenault on standard PP. Is it standard or is it PPR? I'm assuming he means like it's a PPR league, standard, whatever he's seen by that. But what do you think of that?
Yeah. So for me, I guess it just comes down to your thoughts on Chris Carson. I don't think OBJ and Chenault really factor into the deal for me.
Yeah, it's tough to say too.
It's tough. Yeah, it is tough to say because I was kind of hyping OBJ and definitely Chenault. I'm a big fan of Chenault. But I think it comes down to what you feel on Chris Carson, because if Chris Carson is going to be healthy, criminally underrated as far as running backs go. He was always drafted around the low end RB2, but always putting up RB1 numbers. So
Right.
It just depends on your thought process on his health. If he can return within the next 2 to 3 weeks fully healthy, I say you got to take that deal because, I think that Chenault could have similar Pittman numbers, but it's really about Carson and the position scarcity. We keep talking about it. Go get an RB1. So for me, it just depends on Chris Carson.
I think there's a lot of bounce back potential with more so with OBJ than Chenault. Chenault to me seems like a deep bench, like almost can get rid of him at this point. Chris Carson to me, I think they'll get him more involved next week though after the bye. I feel like they have to get him involved at some point. Chris Carson to me is probably a couple weeks away, and he's always kind of banged up. So I don't know if he's going to be a true difference maker this year. But to me, Michael Pittman, man, he might be making that leap that we need to see. And I know
Right.
year two receivers is kind of the new trend. So I don't know. To me, Michael Pittman seems like it might be a hold. So if I'm doing this deal, it seems lopsided. Like, yeah, I'm getting a lot back, but this might be another thing of like you have the best player in Pittman. So I don't know. I don't know if I would do that deal. It seems like it's a win on paper, but I don't think I would do it. Sutton or Judy when he comes back. I think Sutton's going to retain his role. I think it's going to take a few weeks for Judy to get back in there and earn the trust. But I think both of those guys are going to be fantasy relevant. Both of them probably wide receiver 2-ish, just on opposite sides. Sutton's probably more high end wide receiver 2. Judy more back end wide receiver 2. What you think, Dan?
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think that I think you still got to roll with Sutton. I think to me, he's still established. He's still a veteran. Judy, man, I love Judy, but I just don't trust him yet. He's coming off injury, and let's just wait and see. For me, if he was dropped in any of your leagues, go pick him up ASAP.
Yep.
Should not be dropped. And we've seen on TikTok, dropping A-Rob, dropping Saquon.
Man.
Oh man! But if those guys are dropped, go pick them up.
Yeah. All right. We're going to rapid fire through these last. We got a couple last TikTok questions. I think we got one more on Twitch or YouTube, 1 and 2, and then we'll be off for today. First episode of the GawdsCast, man. I'm feeling good, Dan. How you feeling, man?
We're feeling real good, man. We did longer than we thought we were going to do.
Yep.
And we're just giving these people what they want, man. That's what we do.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in with us, hanging out with us. We're going to try to do this probably similar time, either Monday, Tuesday nights, and we'll get a locked in time here pretty soon. So rapid fire, Davis. I'm assuming you meant David Montgomery from Ray Sala. He asked David Montgomery for Robert Woods. Was that a win?
I think that's a win, man. I think you gotta it's position scarcity. Robert Woods is just not having the year that we thought he would, and a guy that was always criminally underrated and overproduced, but now he was criminally underrated going in, and then he's not producing. So to me, like Stafford is locked in on Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Kupp's his guy. And I think that Robert Woods, we saw his big week, and I think he'll have another one or two throughout the rest of the year, but that's what you're counting for. You're waiting for those days. So to me, he doesn't just have enough of a role in the offense.
Right.
I traded Higbee, Watson, and Judy for Mike Williams and Tanyan. I think that's a win.
That's a win. Yeah.
That's a win. I think Dan agrees that's a win. I sold Fournette and got Calvin Ridley. Did I take an L? I already have Aaron Jones, James Robinson, and Josh Jacobs.
I
I
think
think it's
that's
a
an
win.
L, man. I think it's an
It's an
L.
L?
Yeah, I'm an
I think it's a
L. I'm an
win.
L on that. I think that
Why is that an L
Fournette
for you, real quick?
well, for me, Fournette's found his role. He found his role. Brady's on another level. And again, running backs are geared. Their fantasy points are geared towards good offenses and good quarterbacks for running backs. And I think Fournette has found his juice. Ronald Jones is irrelevant. Gio Bernard is barely there. Fournette's catching balls. And I like Fournette, man. He's having a.
Man, you don't
I
get the
think
hell
he's
out
a.
of here, bro.
I think he's a
Hell no.
league winner.
Hell no.
League winner.
That's cap, bro. So listen, if you had Fournette on your team right now, somebody was offering you Calvin Ridley, you'd be like, hell no, I'm gonna take the upside. The Falcons already had their bye week, especially PPR. You go get Calvin Ridley, even if he's playing more of a wide receiver 2 role, which it may seem like that's how he is for the Falcons, at least right now. I feel like that's the kind of move you do. You trade him when he's playing high, especially if you got Aaron Jones, you got some other reliable backs, even though the back scarcity is crazy right now. But I feel like you do the sell high, buy low. Those are the league winning type of moves, in my opinion. But I hear you, dog. I'm still calling cap on that though.
It's good. It's good.
You think we drop Wentz for Tua?
What drop Wentz for Tua? No, man. Wentz is doing his thing. I mean, the Colts are they're solid, man. They're just right where they need to be.
Yep.
No, man. I think
Yeah.
Wentz is proving people wrong. He's like, you know what? Eagles traded me or cut me. Like, I gotta. No, I'm balling out. So I like Wentz, man. He's got something on his shoulders. He's going.
I'm keeping Wentz too. Hey, and my guy Raymond Mendoza said, I wish we could split screen with who you're talking to. If you follow us on Twitch, you follow us on YouTube, we are live streaming it right now. Hop on, make sure you subscribe. We're going to be doing this weekly. Let's see. Receive Cup. Jonathan Taylor. Ooh, this is a heavy one. Heavy one. Heavy one. This is heavy.
All right.
Cup. McLaurin. For Kelsey, Justin Jefferson, and Brandon Cooks.
Whoa.
The YouTube is the same thing. Fantasy Gods. Cup. Terry McLaurin. Oh, unless he's saying Taylor. I don't know how. Hold on. So
Taylor McLaurin. Oh, that's
Cup,
a win.
It's got to be Terry. Yeah. It's got to be Terry McLaurin. He must have been Terry.
Okay. All right.
Cup. Terry McLaurin for Kelsey, Jefferson, and Brandon Cooks. That's heavy, bro.
Golly.
That's fucking heavy.
Man, I think honestly, you're gonna. To me, like, I gotta believe in Travis Kelce. I gotta believe that he's gonna return form, return the value. I gotta believe in Patrick Mahomes, and I gotta not believe in Heineke the rest of the way. So I'm gonna put my faith in Travis Kelce and Mahomes, and I think that those guys are lords at the position. Give me the Kelce side on that. If it's not Taylor, If it's not Taylor, all right. If it wasn't,
as long as it's not Jonathan Taylor, as long as that's not,
I don't think that's true, but
there's no way.
Give me the Kelce side.
I'm with you on that. Kelce side it is. Couple more from YouTube and Twitch. Jay, my man, shout out to you. You think any shot Galladay gets it going this year? That Jets passing attack to me is going to be wild, bro. Pettis coming out of nowhere. We had John Brown catching a touchdown. We saw Kadarius Toney going off. Sterling Shepard was going off early in the year. Evan Ingram still has a role in the offense. Slayton is still dropping passes. We got Kenny Galladay somewhere in the fold. Obviously, they signed him to be the guy. I just don't see. This reminds me a lot of last year with Kenny Galladay. The injury, is he out? Is he coming back? And what happened last year? He just might be the kind of guy that stretches out injuries. I don't like Kenny. I liked Kenny Galladay coming into this year. I dropped him in a league already.
Yeah. I'm fading Kenny Galladay. Just not the type of production that we're looking for, not the type of availability we're looking for. He's just probably the biggest bust in the middle rounds that you were taking because he's just not doing it for me. I'm fading Kenny Galladay. Give me Kadarius Toney. I'm hoping he comes back healthy. I'm hoping he comes back healthy. he's going to be the wide receiver one the rest of the season when he starts. But yeah, fading all the Galladay.
Jay said, "Hold this sub, brother. It's good. It's all love." Man, this is a big one, bro. So I'm 2-5 with Staff, Eckler, Damian Harris, Mike Williams, DJ Moore. How are you 2-5 with this team?
Right?
Kelsey, Sutton, Broncos. How the fuck are you 2-5? The bench is Myers, Javonte, Logan, Thomas. You must be in like an 18-10 team league. Tanya and Judy traded Hawk, Gibson for Kelsey before week 7. Traded Tannehill, Schultz for Thomas and Stafford. We're doing full team analysis. Full team analysis here on the Fantasy
We
Gods.
don't do that too often, man.
First GawdsCast. Yeah, normally it's starting to sit. So I'm glad you asked that. Slushy, it looks like. Let's help our guy Slushy out, man. Give him some tips. Let me see. I'm taking a look. So you traded Hawk and Gibson for Kelsey, which I think was a good move, great move. Traded Tannehill for Schultz for Thomas. I'm assuming that's Logan Thomas. And Stafford around week 3. What should I do? So I like your backs, especially if this is PPR. I think you're good. I think you should be looking to move Damian Harris. Try to move that Pats combo, Damian Harris and Jacoby Myers, and get yourself a solid, like a Chase Edmonds, a higher floor RB2. Actually, I don't mind Damian Harris there, or even try to look for a wide receiver, right? So you give are only Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Jerry Judy. Your receiver game is lacking, and Jacoby Myers is kind of whack. So maybe you're looking at taking Jacoby Myers and Damian Harris and trading up for a receiver, Chuba Hubbard and Jacoby Myers, getting a receiver that can help you a little bit more, because I think that's probably where you're lacking is the receiver production. It's been pretty inconsistent. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I think that's what you would do. I'm on definitely the team of get rid of Damian Harris or Chuba Hubbard. Probably Chuba for me, because Damian Harris is going to continue to be the starter. I don't see him losing the job, but Chuba is definitely going to lose the job when McCaffrey comes back. So if you can get rid of him now while he still has some value, I definitely would do that. You can also, it's up to you, if you feel this way, you don't, but I like selling high on players that I wasn't totally high on, and that's Mike Williams, man. Sell high for that dude. I'm
you can
not
lock
a
his
fan of
value
Mike.
in.
You can lock the value in and collect dividends. So that would be for me.
Or even like Tanya, like getting rid of Tanya, just getting a back end wide receiver. I think you need some receiver help for these bye weeks. It seems like that might be the issue. You didn't have Mike Williams last week. DJ Moore had a terrible week, so it seems like you're struggling at the receiver position. I would be looking to move Tanya or a couple of those bench players for a different receiver. Roman, what's good, my guy? He said Michael Pittman, Javonte, or Alex Collins for full PPR. I think it's not Alex Collins, so it's either Javonte Williams or Michael Pittman. And I'd have to take a look at the matchups. More than likely, I'm going with Pittman on this one for the upside.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Probably Pittman, but I mean, if it's a trade rest of the season type, it's definitely Javonte for me.
All right, last rapid fire from TikTok, and we're gonna head out. Do you think Saquon will be back and giving RB1 production? You know my answer. Yes.
Of course.
Dan says, of course. We are on the Saquon hype train. We dropping Ayuk now. He's not looking too hot. If you want to drop Ayuk, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah. If you don't have a deep bench, then yes, drop him.
Yeah, if you don't have a deep bench and it's bye weeks, go ahead and drop him. Roman, appreciate you, man. Said appreciate it, fellas. Have a good night. Yes, sir. You do the same, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Ayuk is the handcuff to Debo. Yeah, you're not doing wide receiver handcuffs, man. Monty is not healthy. All right. Looks like that's all. Oh, here we go right here. Last one from TikTok. Trade away Eckler and Godwin and get Adams and Montgomery.
No.
Eckler? No, hell no.
No.
Yeah, that's not even close.
That. Nope.
Yeah, Eckler and Godwin to get Adams and Montgomery. I get what you're doing. I get what he's doing though, because he has a good team. Yeah. It seems on paper you're like, nah, don't do it. But that's the week 8 mindset. That's the week 7 mindset. But what he's thinking of right now is I get Devontae Adams, stud player. I'm buying low on him because he's hurt, because he's a COVID list right now. True. Montgomery's hurt. When he comes back, he's back in RB1, high end RB2 when he's full steam ahead. Eckler is obviously RB1 right now. Godwin's more wide receiver 2, inconsistent, coming off a good week. I get why he's doing that. He said he also has Zeke and Aaron Jones. So what he's trying to do is lock in that top receiver because he can't play Aaron Jones, Zeke, and Eckler all together. I am actually on the Adams side. Get Devontae Adams because he can. I mean, he consistently is 20 to 30. Like if it's PPR, even though you're giving up Eckler, you got Zeke and Aaron Jones. I'm probably rocking with the Devontae Adams side, especially because you're getting back David Montgomery. You think no
Sure.
way, or just hearing kind of that thought process? What is your thought on that, man?
I mean, I definitely appreciate the thought process. I guess it's a trade I would make probably after this next game. I'm not gonna trade for a guy that then now I automatically lose a stud. It's probably
Yeah, wait
a
till next
trade.
week. That's a good
Yeah,
strategy
it's
too.
probably a trade that I'm just waiting. Okay, I got you like on Monday at
Yeah.
midnight.
11:59 p.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. Like we trading, but no, I'm gonna keep my guys while they are, and then go for it. But the deal may not be there. Eckler could get
That's
hurt or
true.
whatever. So, but
That's
I
true.
think for me, you just gotta, hey, the stud that you have is who you have, and roll with it for this week. Go get your win, and
Yep.
next
Get
week,
your win.
okay, cool. Get your win next week. Boom, let's make the deal.
Deal will be there. I like it. All right. Well, Dan, first Godcast in the books.
Hey,
Yes, sir. Let's
man.
end it on a high note, man. Some good trades, good start sits. Hopefully, you guys have a good week 8. We will be live on TikTok. One of us will be live on TikTok answering start sit questions on Sunday morning. You can check us out there. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like on all platforms. Hopefully, we're getting this up on an audio cast real soon on Spotify, iTunes, you name it. Appreciate the support on TikTok. Appreciate the support on YouTube, Twitch. We're trying to build this thing out, help you guys win more leagues. Fantasy Gods, we're out.